I would call him qualified critic, Stephen King. Yeah, Stephen King said SpongeBob is just genius. Oh, that's free to you guys out there as we wait. Having a little SpongeBob discussion here in the newsroom. I remember going to SeaWorld one time, and we decided to go in for the SpongeBob show on stage, right? And my girls were young. I mean, Peyton was like 3, and that made Carissa was probably about 9, and Kendall was probably like 6. And we're waiting. We're all sitting in the seats, waiting for the show to begin. And I mean, the theater is full. And I remember saying to myself, if you don't do it now, you'll forever regret it, because it hit me. Just do it. And so I decided to start singing this song at the top of my lungs. And we were sitting like, we were about like 10th row, and I just go, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? And like the entire theater started singing the song, and we all sang together. But because I didn't even tell Jamie, my wife, I did not even tell her. Good evening, I'm mid-story, but I just figured I'd pop on and finish. I didn't even tell Jamie, so when I just boomed out, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? And Peyton it scared her so much that she started crying, and we couldn't get her back because then the whole theater's singing, and my daughter, I just scared her to death. I felt so bad, but it was so fun. And I didn't regret not starting that song. It was so cool. Great SeaWorld memory. Hola, ole, my man, what's going on tonight? Hi, Elizabeth. There's Donna. Good to see you. Esmeralda, Steven, it's going great. I hope you're doing well on a Wednesday. I want to give a shout out before we get started to my man T-Bone Bounds and Hope Hits Harder. This is a great organization. Find them on Facebook. I hope you don't need them, but they are there for so many families in the worst chapter of their life. It's when a child is diagnosed with cancer that Hope Hits Harder steps in with what are called hope bags, helping others persevere every day. It's a bag of goodies and essentials that help the family in that moment, because upon diagnosis, the child is admitted. And so the Hope Bag keeps the parents there. They don't have to worry about running home right away. Hope Hits Harder. Find them and help them, support them. They also help kids go to Camp Discovery. They send all the kids to a summer camp for a full week, free of charge. The price of admission is a cancer diagnosis. There's an infirmary on site. The children are enjoying zip lining, arts and crafts, swimming. I mean, everything that happens at any summer camp, and they're out there for an entire week, thanks to Hope Hits Harder. So help them out if you can, and if you know someone who needs Hope Hits Harder, try to reach out to them on Facebook or their website. All right, look at these highs today. Can you believe this? 81 in the city, but that was nothing. Pleasanton 87, Pearsall 96. I mean, I almost choked. Excuse me. That's incredible. It's February 15th, 93 Carrizo Springs and Del Rio. I'd like to know what Laredo hit today. 81 Gonzales, because everything's southwest, obviously warmer. 81 New Braunfels, 80 Seguin, 83 Floresville, even look at Rock Springs, 84, Kerrville, 82, mid-February. And here's the thing, that's why Old Man Winter, we got a plane coming in. That's why Old Man Winter's like, you know what, you're going to get a good reminder of what season it is tonight. We're definitely going to have a big drop in temperatures overnight. 81 today was 5 away from a 2019 record high and the record low. It will be a long time before we forget 2021's ice storm. It was 9 degrees that morning. Man, 47 this morning was where we should be, but obviously 81 a lot warmer than seasonal average. Welcome to San Antonio, folks. Coming in for a smooth landing. Beautiful runways of our San Antonio International Airport. So the cold front has a partner. That's why we're going to see pretty strong winds, and we're also going to see a good push of colder air tonight. Here we come on the landing. Can't believe it. Snowvid. Yeah, right, Jen? 2 years ago. There we are. Yes. Praise God. Nice, safe landing. Welcome to San Antonio and welcome home. So yeah, 2 fronts will be coming through. The second one, look at Amarillo, 23. Albuquerque, I think that's a 28. It could be a 3 as well. I think it's probably 28 though. And El Paso, 42. So these will come through. We will be colder, not that cold. We will have a light freeze possible Friday morning. I think we could stop around the mid-30s though in the city. Certainly in the hill country, upper 20s. That's going to be Friday and Saturday morning both, by the way. Yeah, no kidding, Gary, right? How you doing, man? Hey, Pearl. Beautiful day, right, Barbara? Warm. Can we go back? 21, missed the cold. Oh, I didn't like those power outages, though. Alberto, what's going on? I didn't like living at the station for a week either. I love my coworkers. I love Ken's 5, but I don't want to live here. Greenville, I don't know, Esmeralda. I'm so sorry. A little out of my jurisdiction, if you will, but I don't even know where that is. It's going good. North Texas is getting some pretty good thunderstorms. In fact, we all have someone we love up in North Texas, included. And I told her earlier, they're under a severe thunderstorm watch until 10 p.m. up there, unless it was canceled. Oh, I don't, let's see. Yeah, there it is. Most of the action, as I even told Kendall, I said, it looks like it's going to come together in Oklahoma rather than the Dallas area. So she was keeping an eye on the radar. I'll tell you, this spring I had to keep an eye on her radar more than ours because it was just a much more active spring in North Texas than it was here in South Texas. We did not have a lot of storminess. All right, let's talk about temperatures first and the change tomorrow with the cold front. So the front's coming through overnight, and you can see the temperatures will start dropping. We get to the 8 a.m. hour, and we're going low 40s in the hill country and 55 here in the city. And then we won't be doing much after that. We'll drop a little bit into the midday, maybe upper 50s for a high around 4 or 5 p.m. But it won't feel like that because of this, the winds and the wind chill. Look at these wind speeds. By 3 a.m., 34 miles per hour in the city, 43 in Carrizo Springs. Then we get into Sunrise and 43 San Antonio, 40 New Braunfels. Strong north winds are going to be coming in. So this is the time now. If you need to bring something in off the patio, from the front yard, if you know of any tree limbs that might be compromised from the ice storm a couple weeks ago and the cold and all the wind. I mean, we've had a lot of windy fronts, so we could have some loose tree limbs. They're going to go airborne in this kind of wind. So please make sure everything's hunkered down or inside or behind a wall facing south. That would be the other option, I guess. And then look, we go into tomorrow afternoon. We're still looking at wind gusts near 30 in the city, 33 New Braunfels, and then even through 7 a.m. Friday, and we're still gusting near 30. This is why we might not get as cold come Friday morning. We might just, original model predictions and what we were going with was about 33 on Friday morning. Definitely going to be 34, 35 if we have these kind of winds. It's really difficult to get much colder when you have all that wind speed. All right, there is a chance of rain along this front. It's going to be one line that develops, and it will be overnight, like about 1 or 2 in the morning, right there. And look, it's gone by 2 or 3 a.m. Maybe some residual. You see a little bit of light drizzle after, maybe. The NAM does this a lot, though. I'm not confident in that. I am in the cloud cover, and that stays pretty thick. There's a little break about midday, then maybe about 2, 3 o'clock we get partly cloudy skies. But see, by 3 we're back into the clouds. So it's going to be a mix through the afternoon of clouds and sun. But as far as the much needed rain, it's not going to be much. I mean, this would be 1/10 of an inch if we're lucky. This will be so fast moving, it just won't put down a whole lot, but it will probably, well, with the winds, I doubt the roads will be that wet by sunrise. I mean, by sunrise and the rush hour, because the winds really dry out the roads quickly. So I would not expect a wet commute. unless, something crazy happens on rain. But look at this. Nothing crazy expected on rain as we have a very dry forecast. That's barely measurable in the next 7 days. I mean, we're just not expecting enough to even measure up rain through next Wednesday. Oh, I want to show you the cold front commentary here. Give you an idea of what we're looking at. I went with sweater weather, borderline. Oh, it's cold. Cold. Mainly because I think about the mornings. It is definitely going to be chilly, okay? We definitely pass up, I'll believe it when I see it, and that's a cool front. Sweater weather, just like I said, hoodies and sweaters for sure through probably until Sunday, because every day is going to be in the 50s and a good north wind for sure. So it'll be a good wind chill in the air. Paul Rios want to ask, how's the weather going to be in Lakey? Son is at the HEB camp. Oh, that's awesome. What a fun trip, Paul. It's going to be chilly, man. It's going to be very windy. So if they're camping, like camping, or if they're in the, cabins, they'll be better. But those tents, they better secure them because it's going to be very windy overnight tonight. Depending on, just give me a specific on when they're there. The Moes are here. What's going on, Moes? Good to see you guys. Always got to toast the Moes. A toast for the Moes. What's the weather going to be better? I can't wait. Awesome. Happy my family there is doing good. Oh, that's great, Esmeralda. Come on, cold front. Yeah, it's coming. Hi, Vanessa. Oh, 78 in Greenville? Northeast of Dallas. Oh, okay. Yeah, they'll be fine, Kelly. Thank you for the heads up, or I guess Esmeralda. It looks like they'll be fine. They're under the watch, but it does appear that most of the action's coming together north of them. Blessings to you too, Gary. Thank you, brother. Can we get back to the 9 degrees? I hate Oh, man, it's cold. That's cold stuff. I don't like cold. 11 a.m. Saturday should be fine, Robert. Yeah. Hey, Grazioli, how you doing? Sound like Paisan. I'm Italian from New Jersey, so I know Taylor, my father Irish, but my mother was a Rocco, Italians. So big Italian family. You too, Valerie, God bless you. Cold front's coming. What 8 letters can you find in water from the Arctic Ocean? H to O. Nice. Hi, Bill. I'm cool for the cold. Alicia, how are you? Taking advantage of it before summer. I know, yeah, no kidding, before we're hitting hundreds, all right? I feel you. All right, 7-day forecast and what we're expecting. The cold is a-coming. The cold is a-coming. Here we are. Let's show you what we got here. So again, these numbers will be, take about 5 to 8 degrees off all of them through Friday. Okay, it'll get no wind chill on Saturday, so it'll actually feel like 35 and 58. But Thursday, Friday, those numbers it won't ever feel like what you're seeing there. So 60 on Thursday afternoon is going to feel like the low to mid 50s at best. 30s to 40s on wind chills most of the day. Saturday 11, son has a soccer game. Oh, you're fine. It'll be chilly. It'll be chilly, but a southeast wind pretty much by the afternoon. Might still be about east-northeast Saturday morning, but it's going to be cold Saturday morning at 11. And the clouds, it's going to be a mostly cloudy day, so you won't get a whole lot of sun, but it will be dry for sure. Just cloudy and chilly. So dress, and you can always take off. As a soccer parent, I can promise you, this is meteorology when I tell you that you can always subtract 8 to 10 degrees at the soccer field. You're going to leave the house and be like, all right, maybe just a light jacket. It's not that bad. And then you're going to get out there and wish you took the coat. I mean, it's uncanny. That's why in soccer, you always get the scarf. Always bring the scarf. You're going to need that. I would definitely have the hat for your soccer viewing, for sure. They are in cabins. Okay, that's going to help a lot. Wednesday through Friday. So, yeah, big winds coming. Just going to be this cold morning out there, but that's good. That's good camping weather, Paul. God bless them. They're at least going to have dry weather. That's the important part. You don't want to get wet. I mean, there could be, a fast-moving sprinkle overnight, but I don't know that it'll happen. It's really kind of a small opportunity. That's why I'm putting 30% probability on it tonight. Not a big chance at all. How many more, Rudy? It's hard to say. A good blast of cold can still come in through mid-March, honestly. We've had good cold fronts through mid-March before, so I hate to say, but I'd give it at least another 4 weeks before we say we're done with strong cold fronts. Definitely. Hi, Ann. Good to see you. Good weather this Sunday for the XFL game at the Dome. Yeah, perfect. 75. That's right. Is that opening day for the XFL? Is this Sunday? Go Brahmas. Hi, Ann. You're welcome, Paul. Hope he has a great trip. Look at next week, by the way. You talk about warming up above average. 75 by Sunday, 81 Monday, 84 Tuesday. Just need a bow. That's good. I like that. So, yeah, it's a big warm-up coming next week. Bill, I really hope it's an active hurricane season this year. El Nino is coming back. So, considering, again, an El Nino hurricane season usually bodes poorly. But here's the thing. El Nino might not come back in time to inhibit hurricanes. We might have an active season. Let's put it that way. Because a lot of times it'll slip into what's called neutrality in between La Nina and El Nino, and we don't have like either one of them going on. Remember, El Nino is the warming of the Eastern Pacific waters, La Nina the cooling. And so what'll happen is with the cooling, you have a sinking air motion in the Eastern Pacific, which is a rising air motion in the Atlantic and in the Atlantic basin. Rising air motion definitely means more activity, more buoyancy, more tropical development. Just the opposite is true with El Nino, where you have a rising motion in the Eastern Pacific, a sinking motion in the Atlantic basin. Now, with that said, there's also upper level winds with El Nino that help shear off the top of the hurricane. The hurricane wants an open environment to bloom, right? And so if it's capping off with wind shear blowing off the top of those storms, it's really difficult for them to form. So you typically don't see as many storms in an El Nino season. But we're expecting an El Nino by fall. It's about a 60% chance right now heading into the fall months, which of course would be after or at least the tail end of hurricane season. So that's why I think we could be in the transition, which is neutrality, and some of the most active seasons on record have been neutrality seasons. Okay, like 2020, that was a neutrality season. Cold weather in April, yeah, there was. That's a good memory there, Timothy. All right, guys, it's going to wrap it up on a Wednesday. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. God bless you all, and we'll see you on Ken's 5 at 10.